Holy cow! Welcome to Donnie's Hangout Adventures. Not very often do I use videos for a way to get out my emotions. I don't really do that very often. I'm going to do it for this video. I will do it this video, and also not very often do I use my videos to raise awareness. I just don't do it very often. And keep private life as private as humanly possible for this I'm going to upload to YouTube. I try to keep my private life as private as humanly possible. But you know what? That's off limits today. That's off limits with this video. This is a rare video that you're going to see me do. And I hope this blows up on Facebook when I upload it. I really do. Now, I don't know, I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to title this video, but I will figure that out in due time. Now, okay. Now, you remember here recently, I was doing videos, not sure if we did one for YouTube or not, where we had a dog, Peanut Butter. Well, the story behind that is, well, let's see, we got to do this in several parts. So we'll start with...
It was a really cold, chilly night, I know that.
We'll start with...
At the end of March.
My wife's... We'll go with the first part. My wife's son. Well, it was a really cold night in March. And, you know, it's been one of those cold nights we've had a lot of, it seems like, lately.
It was like below freezing.
It was below freezing. And he lives in, I don't know.
In apartments.
In apartments. So he took the dog in, and the place didn't really like them having a dog, and they had to go through channels. It's a bunch of bullshit. So he had to get rid of the dog, and they just wanted him to put the dog back outside so it could freeze to death. So we ended up taking the dog in. And we had the dog about March 29th, March 30th, somewhere around there.
Close to it, going on a month.
Going on a month. I know, this is a drawn out story, and it gets more drawn out.
And worse.
And worse. So we had the dog for a while, and you know, the dog seemed a little skittish.
Like he's been abused.
Like he'd been abused. He had a hard time adjusting to people and trusting people. He was a good dog. Trust me, the dog's still alive. I know, I said was.
At least he was when the officer took him.
We'll get to that part.
Yes.
We're not quite to that part yet.
No.
Now, here recently, I was here not long ago, about a week ago, is where the story's going to take a turn.
It's going to take a weird twist.
It's going to take a weird twist. I was out walking the dog around 8:30 at night, and the dog... The collar was a little bit loose, so that was my fault on my part. Should have tightened it up, didn't know how to do it. So the dog got loose. And so I wish I wouldn't have done this. And
I posted too. It was on my post. A girl noticed it.
So we both posted. I did it first, and then my wife did it. And so the dog was running loose, and it was loose for about 4 hours.
I was out the whole time looking for him.
And my wife was looking for him. I take my Keppra, so I really couldn't go out and look for him after, 9, 10 o'clock.
I kept you updated.
So my wife kept me updated, and she ended up finding the dog. And the dog actually came to her.
He ran right to me.
So, and all this...
And it still took a few days after that.
Took a few days. It took a little bit after that. A few days.
Like 3-4 days after
So,
that.
this is where it's going to take a twist. A really creepy twist. There's a woman who has I'm going to spare the names and not, say her name and where she lives and all that. I will keep the innocent or the guilty, from having her phone blown up. So I won't say her name or anything of that nature. So the other night, she had obviously been stalking us. It's a little creepy when you really boil it down, because she knows where we live. That's creepy in and of itself. So the other night, what was it, like Saturday? think it was Saturday. We got a knock on the door at 9:10. It had to be past 10 o'clock because I was getting ready for bed. I was actually in bed. I was actually butt naked. Okay, I don't think anybody wants to know that. But anyway, be that as it may. Be that as it may. So we got a knock on the door.
Someone screaming and carrying
She was
on.
just screaming and carrying on. Now, this woman does have a rap sheet. A really long
I
rap
wish I
sheet.
hadn't looked in a way.
Oh, my wife wish she hadn't looked. She has been arrested from the time she was 18 until now. She has been arrested a lot. A lot of it's minor stuff. A lot of it's minor.
But then there's some bad stuff.
And there's some bad stuff
Meth.
like meth. That's the bad part of it. If this dog is hers, which is questionable, that means she's strung out and the dog's getting no attention whatsoever. The only way it's getting attention is from somebody else in the house, maybe like a kid. So she was totally ranting and raving on our door, wanting us to open the door
To a stranger.
to a stranger. Sure, we're going to open the
At
door
9
to a
o'clock at
complete
night.
stranger at 10 o'clock at night,
9
and
o'clock,
she
yeah.
actually said shit like, you know, if we were decent people, we would give the dog over. Sure, we're going to give the dog over to complete
All I
strangers.
said is come back with proof of it.
Come back with proof of it. You think this is the end of the story? No.
We thought so too.
We thought so too, but this is where I want to raise awareness. This is where I want to raise awareness to people is if you're going to take a dog in, be prepared, you could be arrested. You're going, huh? A stray could get you arrested? It's possible.
Even the homeless
It
community needs
could.
to know this. If they have like the government phones,
Yeah, how would you tell the homeless people?
they have government phones.
yeah,
is
that's
what I'm
true.
saying. Some of them do.
So we waited all day Monday for the police to show up. We really expected it. I really expected it, and they did not. So today I'm taking a nap. It's my usual custom is to take a nap, and I hear a knock at the door. Wife didn't hear the knock. I did. And I knew when he said Tumwa police, I'm like, well, it's officially over. They're going to take the dog. Now, the law is this. Yeah, we're speaking of Tumwa and laws. And I'm not going to try to downgrade the Tumwa Police Department. That was done for years when Bobby Jordan was a cop. So you know what? People have done that for years and years. And listen, I have stories on Bobby Jordan that I won't even share. So I'm not going to downgrade the police and make fun of the police and all that. No, I'm not going to do that at all. I'm just saying the law is this. That if the dog has a chip or doesn't have a chip,
They
the
won't scan it.
the police are supposed to scan it,
And they won't.
or the vets are supposed to scan it. So now, according to the Tumwa Police Department, they don't have to do that now. Yeah, that's convenient. That's convenient. All you need is pictures, and
They'll take your word.
they'll take your word for it that it's your dog. You know how many Chihuahuas look alike?
And maybe some vet records for a pet you might have.
And maybe vet records. Yeah, I know. This sounds a little hinky at best. Sounds really hinky if you
There's
ask
a lot of ways
me.
you could fall through the cracks with this one.
Yeah, a lot of this doesn't sound
We always
too legit.
see similar dogs to dogs we've had. Does that mean that's our dog?
Yeah. So I guess we can claim a freaking Chihuahua that's running loose. And according to this cop, I wish I would have got his name. But anyway.
Michelle might know, and I'll tell you later.
Anyway, so according to this cop who has the same birthday as mine, which is a little weird.
Different year though.
Different year, but still a little weird. Okay. So according to this cop, that if you take in any strays, you can be arrested for taking in the stray. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense whatsoever? Because
Never heard of it.
I've never heard of said law. I have never heard of said law. Neither has my wife. And this all sounds a little too convenient. And plus, I can spot a mile away from a complete phony, even not even looking at her, didn't open the door. I know she was a complete and utter phony. Her crying was fake. Her crying was extremely fake. I do not believe her crying at all.
Why didn't
Obviously,
she go
the
down
cops
there that-
do.
Why didn't she go down there that night too?
Yeah.
That was like what, Friday, Saturday? I think it's Friday night.
The cop, I don't know if you caught that part,
It's
said
Tuesday.
after she calmed down from what? Do you mean after you came down from your high on meth? Is that what she meant? Because that's obviously what she meant, no question about it. Because what was there to calm down about? And there's a lot of, and here's something else I should have mentioned a little bit earlier, is supposedly her dog had gotten loose in December. I should have mentioned this,
Which
forgot
she
to.
did post about that.
She posted about it the week after the
Yeah, it
fact.
was a whole week she waited, supposedly.
And supposedly the dog got loose about a month ago.
But yet she never posted that time.
And never posted that time. And we know this woman's name, and no, we're not stalking her and all that.
I don't even know exactly where she lives.
Don't even know exactly where she lives, but we do know her Facebook name. And you would think that if you had got reunited with a dog or a cat or a giraffe or a horse, whatever it may be, maybe you like snakes. So whatever it may be, you think that if you would have been reunited with an animal, wouldn't you be ecstatic? Wouldn't you be thrilled? Wouldn't you be like holding your animal in your hands and somebody taking a picture of it?
Wait a minute. We had someone else that said they had pictures of Crumpets, her dog, Bojack guy.
Yes.
They have something to say to the police.
Yeah, maybe so. But no pictures on Facebook of how happy she is. Not even a post saying how
Not her
happy
dog
she
or
is.
anything.
I think I would be posting about it. I'd be happy about it. But there's nothing of that. Now, the awareness part of this is just be careful, especially with the cops. They seem to like to be able to bend the law to their humor, and they are trying to arrest people for taking in strays. How can, you know what? I just realized something. No wonder why Ottumwa has a meth problem. Because we're more worried about people with stray dogs. But we're not worried about people strung out on meth. Or pedophiles. So you're saying that having a stray dog is worse than being strung out on meth or pedophiles?
I guess.
Go figure.
If we didn't hand the dog
Go
over,
figure.
without him even scanning it, we would have got arrested.
Yeah, if we wouldn't have handed the dog over, we would be in jail right now for holding a dog. This is the reason people don't trust not only especially the Ottumwa law enforcement, but the law enforcement across the country, because they tend to make up in their own laws for their own amusement.
And unfortunately, some people are good at being manipulative.
And unfortunately, especially people on meth, know how to.
Get people to feel sorry for them.
They know how to get people to feel sorry for them. Like, look at
Probably use their
me.
kids to her advantage.
And probably use their kids to her advantage, which they tend to do a lot.
Yeah, I know a few.
We know a few of that. Hi, Nancy. No, that's not the woman's name, by the way. That's somebody else.
That's a
Anyway.
whole other.
That's a whole other story. And you know what? I could go on and on about this all freaking night. I'm at 15 minutes on this video as it is right now. I could easily make this about a 30-minute video if I wanted to. I'm just saying, if you see stray dogs, and trust me, for some reason, people aren't watching their dogs in Ottumwa. It seems like there's a lot of stray dogs running around, a whole lot. That if you see a stray animal and you want to take it in, be careful.
They said you got to contact them immediately.
Be careful. You're supposed to contact the police. And I
Unless you
don't
live
know.
off grid, I don't see how you could avoid that.
Yeah, we don't see how you can avoid that at all when there's a lot of stray
We
dogs.
learned something, I guess.
Yeah, a made-up law by the police here in the Ottumwa. It seemed a little convenient. When did this become a law? Not a law I'm aware of. Why they didn't even have to check for a chip. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. I think what I'm going to title this video, because I'm struggling with the title of it, I think I'm going to title it Be Careful with Stray Dogs. What do you
I
think?
like it.
Okay. I couldn't think what I was going to title this video, and that's what I think I'm going to title this video. And I'm going to end this video officially here. I could go on and on about this because we do not like this. We absolutely hate this because
He was safe, he was happy.
he was safe. He was happy
He was
here.
fed, he was walked to go potty outside.
And there is one bright side to this. There is one bright side to this. After we had the previous dog, if you knew what I'm talking about, in Parker, I didn't want another dog. I really didn't want another dog. Here's the bright side to this. I actually got to love another dog. I didn't think I could. You know what? Someday, I'm going to go down to Chihuahua, Mexico, and get me another dog. That's all, folks.